that shoe. All right, but we're gonna jump right into a slip-in. Slip-in is one of the most innovative new styles that Skechers has ever done. Before the show, we were talking some fun, like kickback nostalgia from when myself and the crew were all younger. Yeah, I started wearing Skechers in the 7th grade, and I still wear them to this day. But it's so cool to see how the brand is evolving to really meet us where we're at, especially with slip-ins. Rigid, like almost like a shoehorn. So hands-free, no bending. And what's really cool about this one, it's completely integrated. So unless you knew it was a slip-in, you would never know, nor would anybody else. But you would know how easy it was to get in and out of these. They're $56.99. And in the world of slip-ins, they're normally over $88. So this is a crazy good clearance sale price. This is the color called Natural, which I do love this color too, because if you like a nice light neutral, you're gonna wear it through the end of summer. And then I know I kind of hate to say it, but it will transition you into fall really nicely, because that's not that far away. All right, we do have the all black choice. A great work shoe. Black laces. In the world of Skechers, we call this fully flooded. There's no other accent colors. It's just your tried and true, like solid, great black shoe. The navy, this is the one I bought for my mom. She just turned 70 just last month, and she needed shoes that were easier for her to get on and off and get out of the door, head to the grocery store, run errands. That navy has a white outsole. This one is so pretty, that sage. And remember, all washable. So when we start to get into some of these next colors, that's really important to keep in mind. The sage is like this really pretty pistachio or like mint ice cream. That's gonna be the sage. We do have it in a cool gray. You'll order gray, but it's a really soft, light gray. There's about 100 in the gray to go around. And then we do have it in our pretty peach. Fewer than 100 if you want that peach. And then in that white, really limited, last call in the white. We do have medium and wide widths. Now in the white, we only have 12, medium only. So if that is your size, grab it. A 679-472. Skechers is gonna run very true to size, however you like, whatever size you like to order for a good tried and true sneaker, that's the one to get. And I don't think, I might be able to slip into these, because usually I'm an 8, but sometimes I can get a 7 on, just so you could see. Here, come on over with me. Because it's similar to the sandal that I'm wearing. How you get into a slip-in is genius. So there's this rigid shoe horn. Now remember, this is just one size smaller. So no hands, no bending. This rigid shoe horn, I'm pressing. It's not collapsing, but what it allows, whoop, is for my foot to seamlessly slide in. And then you're off to the races. There's no, lacing it up. There's no having to sit down. There's no having to go take your shoes to another room so that you can sit down to get them on and off. It is the coolest part about the sneakers is slip-ins. That's what I love about what Skechers does. Now, these are called the Summits Plus washable knit. So the Summits is an outsole. This is a tried and true style. So here, let me take this one up so you can see it a little bit closer. Oh, look, and I also have a slip-in sandal. Ooh, and I'm in. No bending over. Okay, so take a look at this. The Summits outsole, super flexible. It's one of their best-selling athletic outsoles. So a great shoe for you to incorporate into your regular routine. If you're walking, you're moving a lot, you want the support of a sneaker, you have that. All of these flex grooves will help articulate right as you're walking through your stride, as your foot is moving. $56.99 gets these home. They're normally $88. So here, take a look. The Skechers Sport, not only is it a slip-in, but you also have that easy hands-free. It gives you an incredible fit. Once you slide into those, you don't slide out. The engineered knit upper fits like a sock. You do have a removable memory foam footbed, so if you did want to take that out and replace it. And then that Summits Comfort gives you all of that shock absorption along the way. Throw them in the washing machine and keep your shoes fresh. Not all sneakers are machine washable. It really comes down to how they're constructed. The adhesives or the glue, the stitching, all of those things, if they're not tested to be machine washable, when you do wash them in the machine, you could be breaking down the material of your shoe. And you might be lucky to get like one wash out of them, and they do start to kind of break down. The best thing about Skechers when they are washable, they are designed to wash. So if you are somebody, I know like when Angela Bailey joins us, she often talks about washing her shoes every week. Her whole family wears Skechers. And so she throws them, like does a load in the washing machine, lets them air dry, and you've got fresh sneakers for the week. Can I show you all the colors? So we have natural. I think this one's really popular. I think it's a great way to go because it is a beautiful neutral. It's gonna end out your summer wardrobe flawlessly, but then also take you into fall. We have an all black choice, black stitching, black outsole, black laces. So if you need a black shoe for work, that's a great option. The navy has the white outsole with the navy upper, so I think it looks a little preppy. It's a refined color palette in that navy. We also have sage green. We have the light gray. Now, if you want that light gray, fewer than 100 to go around, pretty as a peach. There's about 6 dozen in the peach. And then we also have that fresh white. Remember, last call, size 12, medium width. Now, these do come in medium and wide width. So for your Skechers slip-in summits, you can get that perfect fit as well. Normally, slip-ins are $88. I mean, this is one of their latest technology. It's been around for a few years now, but it's a silhouette and a technology that you've loved because there is no bending down. There is no having to, fumble, retie laces. You simply slide into these. And keep in mind, when you have a slip-in, it's a rigid sole, but there's all this extra padding on the heel. So you don't slide out. It really cradles your heel right into place. You never get that rubbing in the back of the heel because this has a really nice contour curve to it. So it nestles your foot perfectly into place. I actually find this to be more comfortable than some of my shoes that aren't slip-ins, just because it does give that extra padding around the heel. Now this one's one size too small, but I do want to show you again how the slip-in works because it almost creates this like rigid heel back. I mean, you might remember, like, did you ever have a pair of shoes? I know I did, that I would try to like slide into, or I watched my kids do it and my mom would kind of scold me a little bit, like, you're gonna ruin the back of your shoe. Because it would. If you were stepping on this part, it would collapse it. But look at that. You slide right in with the most effortless ease. These are the best shoes to have kind of by the back door when you've got to run the dog out for a walk, but you can't put on like that flip-flop because you know the dog's gonna go for an extra loop around the neighborhood and you need something that's giving you comfort. This slip-in gives you the support that you're craving, all that articulation with the Summits outsole as well. So there's a lot of cushion, memory foam footbed that you're stepping on. So you're getting that like reaction and recovery. It almost feels a little energizing, with each and every step, but a tried and true outsole. So you're getting the comfort, you're getting the stability and the hands-free because remember, no bending, no having to retie laces. So this shoe, this Summits, was actually the first one that I bought for my mom because she came to visit me. And I live in a split level house. And so we were going to pick up my kids from school. And like normally it doesn't take me as long to get out the door. My mom, to get her shoes on, she did need to sit down, right? So I'm like, okay, Mom, we gotta go. And there was this extra second of like, okay, she had to go downstairs, get her shoes, go back upstairs to the kitchen so she could sit down on a chair and get her shoes on. And so I thought it was like light bulb moment, Mom, you need slip-ins. I got her first pair and now she buys these regularly. She comes back and she buys different styles because it's so much easier, whether it's a balance issue. She has lower back problems, so it's really hard for her to bend over to get her shoes on and off. It's also just a cool, stylish, like easy in, easy out. And that's part of the reason why Skechers is loved by people across all generations. This one's the Slip-In Summits Plus. It's our washable knit sneaker. We've already had 100 spoken for in our show. So normally they're $88. And I'll be honest, like when we do fashion shows, when we do, whether it's even a Skechers show, maybe you catch us on QVC and these aren't on sale. When we have a price that's like $76 for slip-in, I get pretty excited. I'm like, oh, that's a good price because they're normally $88. That's like over $10 off. Today, these are $56.99. Shoes also don't have a shelf life. So if you do love slip-ins, maybe you're not quite due yet to get a new sneaker, grab one of these, tuck it away. You bought it at a clearance sale price. You got it on 5 easy payments, so you're a really smart shopper. And then when maybe October comes around and you're ready for a new sneaker, you already have it, like ready to go. I do that with my Skechers a lot. So this one's natural. Really nice, pretty soft, kind of beige. Neutrals and browns and earth tones, they've been very big for fall. We're gonna see them, I mean, they're big for summer. We're gonna see that continue as a really important color palette as we head into fall. So this one could be a really great choice to still go with your fall wardrobe. The all black choice is gonna be fully flooded. So no contrast colors, no accent colors, like all nice, fully flooded black. The navy is where I started. My mom, she wears a lot of jeans. She wears a lot of navy in her wardrobe. So if that's you, grab the navy in these slip-ins. The sage reminds me of like the base color of like a mint chocolate chip ice cream. I used to work at an ice cream shop in the summer when I was in high school. Best job ever to make homemade ice cream. This one's that sage. The light gray is truly, you're gonna order gray, but it is a light gray. It's like that icy, you know, kind of frost color. It's really pretty. All of these are washable. And then we do have peach. See, I should have had these when I was younger. I was on a team called the Peaches when I played softball in honor of the Rockford Peaches, if anybody knows that women's softball team. Okay, or baseball team, I should say. Here's the peach. And then we also have the white as well. 200 already spoken for in our show. Medium and wide widths. Hey, big call out when you can get slip-ins for under $70. That's a run, don't walk moment, super lightweight, really nice engineered stretch knit upper. They're $11.40. So grab your pair. You can put them in your cart to check out. You go to QVC.com. I always love to use our app. It's a great way to shop. Or you can scan the QR code with your camera app as well. Okay, so I have on a